Question number 9. Which function is even function? Well, first we need to understand the definition of even function. Even functions. An even function f of x has this behavior. F of negative x is the same as what? The original function f of x. If we plug negative x instead of x in the function, we're still gonna end up with f of x, and that is an even function. When it is odd function, then for f of x, we have f of negative x must be the same as negative of f of x. So, in hindsight, even functions are functions that are symmetrical about the y-axis, and then odd functions are about the origin. So let's go ahead and then try number 1a, number 9a. A says f of x, I'm gonna write f of x is equals to x plus 2 and then x minus 2. So what I'm gonna go ahead and then do is I'm gonna replace the x by negative. So in this case it becomes negative x. So every time I see an x in here, here and here, I'm gonna replace it by negative x, which becomes in this case negative x plus 2 and then close it, and then this x is gonna be replaced with negative x minus 2. Okay, what can I do next? Well, I'm gonna factor out a negative from both of these. When I factor out a negative 1 from here, I get negative 1 and then I get x minus 2. Check this one out. I'm gonna distribute it to check if I get the same answer. Negative 1 times x, negative x, negative 1 times 2, negative 1 times negative 2, positive 2. So that works. We're gonna do the same thing with this one. I'm gonna factor out negative 1, again parentheses, and then when I factor out negative, I get positive x, and then from the negative I gotta get positive 2. Let's distribute it to check. Negative 1 times x, negative 1 times positive 2, negative 2. Now I'm gonna multiply negative 1 and negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1, when I group them, negative 1, and then this one becomes x plus 2 and then x minus 2. Now what is negative 1 times negative 1? 1. So this is the same as 1 times x plus 2 times x minus 2, which is exactly the same as our original function. So this is f of x. So we know that f of negative x, we start with f of negative x and we ended up with f of x, and then this satisfies the first one. We don't even have to do the rest. So the correct answer in this case is A. I guarantee you, if you try the others, you're not gonna get f of negative x is equals to f of x, and that completes the problem.